I'm Nick, I'm a guitar player.
I'm Chris, I play bass.
Terry, I'm just a shouter.
And I'm John, I play the drums.
Brilliant.
I think that's it.
I did have to think about it.
I forgot as well, like.
And what's your band called?
We're Bad Blood.
From?
We're from sunny Bristol. It's always sunny Bristol. Except for tonight.
And how long have you guys played for?
God, 96 was the original. 1996 was the original band. We formed about 15 months ago, something like that. Yeah.
2 years now.
Is it 2 years already? There you go. Been enjoying it that much. 2 years already. So it's good stuff.
So what's it like to play again after having a break for quite a few years?
Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant.
No, it's been the nods, but.
Proper. Love it. It's like going back in time. Sometimes it's like being back 20 years ago. Other times it's all just brand new.
I think it's different now because we all had different things going on. We all had different things from the band back in the old days. And now we've all kind of done a bit of growing up, calming down a bit, and we've all got different priorities. And we're just in it for the fun of it now, you know? Playing gigs in Bristol rather than, you know, driving halfway down the country trying to prove a point. We're just doing it for the fun of it.
Yeah, most definitely, Chris. Yeah, talking about it earlier on, but it's just been so much fun this time round. I think we've all grown up a bit. You know, we've still got our priorities, obviously, but this isn't. It's not number one priority anymore. This is fun, and we're really enjoying it. Hopefully, we still get the same message across to the people we're selling the music to. It's been brilliant. Really enjoying it this time round.
Being a Bristol band, can you tell us about the punk scene in Bristol? What it was like when you were in your heyday? What it's like now? How it's changed?
I think it's not too indifferent to what it was. Hey, you know, a lot of people are thrown. Yeah, I suppose so. Venues are always a bit of a struggle in Bristol. Well, I shouldn't say a struggle, but it's changed. The dynamics change a huge amount. But we're still, you know, getting into the venues, getting into the people. But what I have noticed is a lot of younger kids getting into the same sort of music that we were at their age, like, you know. But we've grown up, got older, had the kids, still doing the same sort of stuff. But there's another generation coming through, which is absolutely brilliant, like, you know, and they're just enjoying it just as much as what we did, and it's been brilliant, you know, and just to see the kids doing that sort of stuff right now, it's cracking.
Bristol's always had like punk scene's always kind of been rooted in activism, and you know, when you go back to like the 80s and you think about the bands that were doing it, like Chaos UK, Amebix, all those Vice Squad. Bristol always had that kind of. I mean, I was late to the scene. You know, I'm not as old as the rest of the guys, but it was always a bit of an epicenter of just activism and punk. Squat gigs, yeah. Right City Records, and it's still got that feeling, but it's just evolved and it's newer. And it's nice that, you know, we're going on bills with bands that are half our age, and we've all still got the same message.
So do you feel like there's a shared ideology and you're all on the same?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, we're still trying to peddle the same ideas. I should say pedal. Just we're not forcing that down people's throats. Yeah. What we're doing is just trying to tell people, like, do the right thing, for God's sake. Right? Yeah. It's all about self. You know, there's a lot more to life than just being a selfish prick. You know? So
it's come full circle, hasn't it? As well.
It has.
You know, the bands in the early 80s were carrying, and then the message that Bad Blood was carrying the first time round. It's come full circle, and that's all relevant again.
Yeah.
Sorry. What we were saying, like, you know, 10 years ago or whatever, 20 years ago, it still stands.
Yeah.
It's the same message going through.
Yeah.
A lot of social issues and thought. Our songs we try to make people think, you know, provoke thought about their life, social issues, politics.
Musically and sonically, can you tell us what people can expect from a gig of yours? What bands you're influenced by, and so on?
High energy.
everyone enjoys what we do because we enjoy doing it. It's good to about it. It's just fun. It's like I said, this time round, it's just been so much more fun. We haven't really gone to a degree where we're trying to throw it in people's face. We're enjoying doing it, and hopefully people enjoy what we're doing.
If they like it, then that's better for everyone. Yeah,
Terry, I think we spoke earlier. You said the songs are quite personal to you, so a casual listener might not interpret the song the way you intended it to. So can you tell us about that?
Well, in all honesty, I mean, when I write songs, because obviously I'm not a musician, I write kind of poems, and then we work music around that. So it depends on how it works. But yeah, definitely politically, racially, general socially, in all honesty, everything like that, it comes forward like in the music I write. There's also one or two little oddities, which I throw in. It's, me and John were chatting about a song I wrote a couple of days back, and it's just about people that somehow walk through this life and get away with everything, and us fuckers, we live, but we exist. But there's certain people in this world that go, okay, we can just sell through it, and it just doesn't seem like it's fair. But that's, I suppose, it's life in general. But yeah, mostly, I mean, a lot of our stuff is very much socially aware of what's going on around us, and the things that we see and perceive, and also the fact that we hate this Tory government, and all the rest. So we're always going to shout and bawl about it. I mean, the ultimate goal of punk originally was anarchy. Okay, let's be realistic. Never going to happen. The best shout was socialism, and our best shout of socialism was about 4 years ago when Corbyn got slated. I don't know how the boys feel about it. That's my fault.
No, you're right.
But I mean, there was a guy that pushed the idol of. It wasn't everyone for themselves. It was a socialist
revolution.
Of course it was, and everyone was in it, not in it for themselves, but in it together. And that this would always be an ultimate goal. But I mean, the media, one of our songs, media bullshit. And they did exactly that. They basically just destroyed that bloke with their crap, with their lies, and every little bit of, whatever they could throw at poor bloke, and this is what happened. So what we got now, Sunak announcing the fact that they're dropping the inheritance tax. So everyone who's going to, and yet at the same time, dropping people who are on social, their money, it's just grabbing from the poor again to feed the rich. What's right with that? It's just not right. So this feeds into our, the stuff we do, the music we try and get across, the noise we try and get across, what we try to explain to people. In all honesty, we're already preaching to a lot of the converted. But hey, if we can get out there, explain it a bit more to people that are not understanding what we're trying to throw across, then all the better, So we get outside of Bristol, which we do anyway. But we spread our wings a little bit, and all good for us, all good, for society, all good for people in general.
It comes from a place of authenticity as well. We're basically four working class blokes that have all we've experienced the struggles firsthand. We've experienced the indifference. We've seen people, work harder only to get pulled further down the hole. We've seen people get a leg up when, quite frankly, they don't deserve it, or by way of privilege. And that's, the songs we write are more our own experiences. We're not just, putting ourselves in someone else's shoes. Half the stuff we're writing about, instead, all the stuff we're writing about is about our own experiences of what's going on in the world and what we want to change. More importantly, not just shouting about what's wrong, but making people think this is what we need to change.
And I think that comes across in your performance. It's all very high energy. When you write about stuff that you experience, it comes across, even if as someone who's not from this country. I can feel the energy and the passion in your music.
I think it's always difficult because obviously some of the lyrics get lost in the noise. But then again, I mean, trying to explain it before when I introduce songs like something like telling people what it's all about. All right, sometimes some people won't pick up the lyrics, but all you've got to do is come and ask. And it's, you know, what is that all about? Always remember we played in a place called Froome, not so far away, and we wrote that song, Orgasm, which I wrote a little while before we even got back together as Bad Blood, and it just described about what was happening in the world and society in general, like, you know. And a lot of people just took that because it's a slower song. They can listen to the lyrics, they can understand it. So it's not all about noise all the time. You know, we punk rockers with, well, we're punk rockers with with definition, but with also, you know, good lyrics. You know, people can understand. So I suppose if we slow down everything, but then again, you go into pop music then, which we're not. This is not for us, like, you know. I know Elton John, for God's sake. On the piano going.
So obviously, we touched upon the social issues and politics. I think that affects every corner of the country.
Yeah.
Being a band from Bristol, I'm just curious to know how you feel about the state of Bristol and how it's changed since, you know, you were growing up.
It's definitely a lot of have-nots in this city of ours. Seriously, we were chatting about earlier. I'm sure. Got Clifton, Redlands, okay, there's a lot of money out there. We all know that. Westbury-on-Trim and stuff like that. Yep, that's gone, you know, let's just take them for it, you know. But there's no real distribution of the wealth in this city, like, you know. And it's difficult to grasp it, and just there's just trying to think.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of disheartening when you see more and more like fancy apartment blocks being constructed in Bristol, in a city that, you know, was historically gentrification. Isn't it? Well, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that coming down.
Nowhere's immune, but Bristol's definitely had its fair share of it. You know, it's a difficult city to live in. You know, if you're below the poverty line, it's way more difficult.
Really high prices. You know, you can.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, Bristol hasn't changed in probably 500 years. It's probably always been like this.
Yeah.
Have and have nots, isn't it?
I think so,
Rich.
yeah.
it is still a place that is on top of things in terms of, you know, awareness of social issues. You know, when there's protests, you know, Bristol's definitely awake, and, you know, that's one of the great things about the city, is that there is a lot of, you know, social activism, and people are aware of what's going on. People, more importantly, trying to help each other as well. You know, if you're somebody that's homeless, or, you know, you're a minority, or you feel, you know, underrepresented, there's so many. I mean, it's a shame that it's got to fall to charities, but there's so many sort of groups and collectives and charities that help people that are falling through the cracks in Bristol. I think, you know, you don't have that, and we've all lived in other cities and towns at the time. And,
So you still feel very much at home in Bristol?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, it's just hometown. Like,
Yeah.
we have travelled around. We've all done, you know, we've all moved around, done our things. I mean, Nick's up in the valleys of Wales now. Like, you know. Chris is outside of Bristol. He lives in Easton. Me and John are still in Bristol. But you know, it's like, we're on the outskirts. Would I move? Probably not. Because I suppose it's down to, you know, where your work is and all the rest, like that. Hey, what would I get, in all honesty? Yeah, you know, in all honesty, it's a scenario, isn't it? Like, you know, I mean, we all like to better ourselves. Again, we were talking about this earlier, but there's a point when how far do you go to better yourself, and if moving away is a funny situation. I used to be a union rep. In my job, and chat to people up north, and they used to scratch their head and go, yeah, but you're not like London, but everywhere down south is quite like London. The only thing differs London from the rest of South England, or, you know, is house pricing. You go to London pubs, you go into Bristol pubs, they're exactly the same price of beer. Like, you know, you go and buy food, exactly the same. End up north, okay, I don't want to sectionalise the UK, but it is. The cost of living is definitely cheaper up there, like, you know. So, do I feel aggrieved about that? I did as a union rep, because I used to argue my case. But, you know, you understand, you live with that. You don't live beyond your means, you know, you just try and do what you can. But again, like, you know, it's frustrating sometimes, like, you know, whether we can transfer that into song to explain how we feel, I don't know. I just like to make sure that people know. And as a union rep, or as a singer in a punk band. Either way, just get your point across, like, you know, trying to explain to people, like, you know, somebody will hear, and hopefully it changes people's minds and their attitudes, and you know, and they go forward and go, yeah, that's wrong. Let's go and fight for that bit. Let's go and change it, you know.
It's easy to scream from your sofa, isn't it?
Good
It's a lot
God,
more difficult to get up and do something, you know. I mean, in the bigger scheme of things, we're just, we're a band, sing about things that are important to us. There are people that are doing far more to make the world a better place. But, you know, at least people are out there and making a difference, you know.
Brilliant.
definitely.
Right, so what have you guys already released, and what's coming up in the future?
Well, we've the old Bad Bloods. Obviously, we had a couple of singles out, and most of them have been flogged off. We did a split with Chris's old band Valdez and Bad Blood. That went really well. I think there's a couple of copies still bouncing around even after all these years. Bad Blood done a single on our own. Am I correct in saying that? Or did we not? No, I'm totally wrong about that. I'm just
quite a lot of albums.
I'm like CDs. Yeah, lots of CDs. Yeah. I'm chatting about my old band. Ignore that.
That's fine. See, I'll just take that out.
No, sorry. I'm sure. No, but I mean, we're gonna still keep going. I mean, we were supposed to go recording a couple of weeks back. Didn't quite happen. There were a few issues, so it just all fell apart. Our fifth member, yeah. He's got 4 legs, about that tall.
That's my furry son.
Chris's dog wasn't very well, so you know, hey, you know, we're not heartless bastards, if you want, you know. Of course, he's the 5th member. We're always going to look after Nico, you know. He's just like, you know.
Yeah, these guys actually, to credit, we all just we dropped it, and there was not really any other option as far as we were concerned.
Yeah,
you know,
there's no problem.
The old boy wasn't feeling very well, so we postponed it.
So, but you know, I mean, we'll pick it back up again in the new year. I mean, it's probably too late to do anything now, in all honesty.
Okay.
But yeah, we got some new songs. You know, with the new Bad Blood version. So we're going to go forward and record them and then just expand it. I mean, as the old Bad Bloods, we basically had about a couple hours worth of music, so we could, if we wanted to, you know, we could throw all that on a couple of albums, no problems at all. Like that. Some of them weren't very good, some of them were really cracking. But you know, I mean, who knows what the future holds? You know, so we'll just persevere and see what happens. Like that.
We've done a few trips to Europe last year, to Belgium. We got at least another one of those in February. You know, going back to Belgium, this country's always treated us really well. Just more of the same, really. Just keeping busy, innit?
Yeah, make some more noise, keep going. Work is always a thing. I mean, we all got to work because obviously this is our part-time job. But you know, I mean, we enjoy doing it, so why not keep it going?
Brilliant. And what can people follow you on if they want to listen to your music?
Our tech wizard.
Spotify, we're on everything. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Songkick for gigs. Yeah. Look on Songkick to see where we're playing.
TikTok, aren't we, as well?
We're on TikTok.
TikTok. Hold on, ain't that for young ladies? Sorry, should I say? But I thought that was a girly thing. TikTok. Perhaps I'm wrong.
No, all the kids are on it.
Yeah, there you go, the kids. All right.
And you're
Show me age. Hold on.
You're on Instagram, aren't you?
We
are.
Yeah.
_punk rock.
So can you say that again?
Bad Blood _punk rock.
Fab.
On Instagram and Bandcamp. Find us on Bandcamp. Bandcamp 5. No. I'll do that bit out.
I'll put links to all your stuff on YouTube.
Email address.
It's a Bandcamp thing, but
Yeah.
There's an email address.
No, everyone will be able to access it, so don't worry about that.
We just bought a carrier pigeon. See how that goes.
That's for us old guys, like, you know. So telegrams, you know, stuff like that. You know.
In his shed in his back
Yeah, I'll get my moped out again, like, you know. I can deliver telegrams around Bristol, like, you know. So Bad Blood are playing here.
I've got a fax machine.
Got
fax machine.
coming back.